Hello everyone. If you've got data that's in a spreadsheet and you want to use those data fields to fill out like a letter or some other set of text where you're putting responses in throughout a text field, we're going to show you how to do that two different ways using a spreadsheet. Here we go. All right, so we're going to start here with some sample data. And in a cell to the right, I'm going to type equals concatenate. That will piece the information we have with some other information that we need to add to it. So I'm going to click on Steve. That's going to be the first thing in my text letter. And then I'm going to use a comma for the to separate it from the next thing and open some quotes. Now I can fill in whatever I want to happen every single time after that. So it's going to be that person's name and then their favorite subject is, and then I put some quotations because now I'm ready to insert the next bit of information that came from my spreadsheet. So I use commas to separate that. And then I can put a quote, and then I can start putting more text after that that's going to be there every time. So the green text that I'm adding is there every time in the letter, but the cells like A2 and B2, those are going to be what come in from the form. Notice I'm putting some extra spaces there because it won't put a space naturally unless I tell it to. Okay, so now when I'm going to select the pronoun here, D2, and then I put a comma. I put a new set of quotation marks to start the next bit of text that I want. I'm going to put another space in here because I want to have a space after the pronoun, and then I can type the rest of what I want. So when he grows up, oops, I don't want to put he again. I have to, again, put that in there. So I'm going to close my quotes, put a comma, and then click on that pronoun again, another comma, so I can start some more, open my quotes again, and then I'm going to continue typing what I want to have after that. So I got to want to be, I'm going to put a space, and then and in this case, you could kind of tweak this because maybe and's not always the correct thing there, but we're going to put engineer here, another comma after C2, and then we still are going to need to end that sentence. So we're going to have to start our next quote with period and then space, period, and then just close our quotation marks rather, and then we can put our parenthesis. And there it is. It has put all of that together. It has put each of the entries from our spreadsheet mixed in with a whole bunch of other text. So I'm going to call this method 1, and notice maybe I want to actually have the pronouns be lowercase here instead of capital. And maybe when you're having people fill out the form, you want to continue to adjust how they're going to do that. For the second way, we're going to add a new sheet. So down here in the bottom left corner is the plus sign for add a sheet. We will get a new sheet to pop up. Okay, so what we're going to start doing is just kind of build all of this in consecutive cells. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say it's equal to that first cell. And now instead of trying to type this all in one long cell, I'm going to type the next bit of text that I want to follow Steve's name there. So I'm going to put an apostrophe, favorite subject is, not math, we don't want to type that, but I am going to leave the space there after is. And then here in cell C1, I can put equals, I can go and now click on math, and then I can hit enter and go back, and math's going to appear there. This is getting a little, I want to add some labels at the top here, so I'm going to make sure I put that this is the name cell here, and then the next one over here is the subject. These are what's coming from my data set. Okay, so after math, we do need to have the sentence end, so we're going to have a period and then space, and then when is the start of the next sentence, and then we need the pronoun here. So we can do equals, we can click back here to the pronoun we want, and then we can hit enter. And then in the next field over here, we're going to continue the sentence. We need a space to begin, grows up, and then a space after up. And then over here, we're going to need to go get that pronoun again. I can even just click back to the last time I used the pronoun. Then finish the sentence. I put a space before wants to be an space, and then here we're going to go equals. We're going to go back to the other place, the other tab, and click engineer. We'll hit enter. And then we just need to finish off the sentence with a period, so just to put a period in that last space there. Let me go in here and continue to label that these are, the pronoun here, and this one is the career. Okay, so that was, again, the lengthy part, but now let's merge those all together. So if I go equal concatenate, all I have to do is drag over that whole list that I just built there. And I hit enter, and look, it did one thing wrong. This is kind of weird. Even though we have an apostrophe, we need actually to put two apostrophes, not a double quote, but an apostrophe there. The first apostrophe, cells in spreadsheets sometimes interpret that as like a special character. So a second one will get the job done. So I can drag these down. In fact, I don't know why I'm dragging one at a time. I'm going to get all of this, and now I'm going to drag it down. And now, so far, we have all the fields that we want to be the same every time to be there. And so what we can do now is, if we can do the same thing over here with our first way. If we drag this down, it'll be ready for us. So now I'll type in a new name, Sarah, reading. She wants to be maybe a lawyer. And she, I'll keep it lowercase, and her, we didn't actually use that. But look, right away, as we typed that new information, it filled out the rest of the mail merge, the rest of the text that we wanted automatically. So the setup does take a bit of time, but then after that, you can just sit there and copy and paste those pieces together. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps.